Another question we had here was from, looks like it was from Vicki. It says they wanted to know about certifications versus knowledge and talent, and that's all they wrote. So I'm gonna ask the question a different way. And when I talk about certifications versus knowledge and talent, um, as a hiring person or a manager, which would I want? Would I want somebody with certifications or knowledge and talent? Well, the answer is yes. I want both, right? Because again, as an employer, we want everything. I really want the guy with knowledge and talent. I don't care as much about the certifications, but I have to get you in so that I can find out that you have the knowledge and talent. Knowledge and talent is great. I think I'm a very knowledgeable and talented guy. But none of you would ever know I'm knowledgeable and talented if you were hiring me until you got me in for an interview. And how do I get in for an interview? I got to get past that HR gatekeeper again, that human resource guy. And to get past the human resource guy, you have to have something on that resume, whether it's years of experience, it's a degree, it's certifications, something. The nice thing about certifications is, I will tell you, they're not that hard to get, which means that me as an employer, as a tech guy who knows better, I don't think they're that valuable, right? I would rather have somebody with the knowledge. That said, there are certain places where certifications are required, and if you don't have it, you will not pass go, you will not collect $200, we will not interview you. I was at one organization where we were hiring for a job, and the requirement was CISSP, Certified Information System Security Professional. Now, for those of you who don't know that one, it's kind of the gold standard. I use that loosely. I am a CISSP. I respect the certification. But again, it's a 2,000-page book. You can study if you're really good, take the test and pass it. It's a hard exam. It's a difficult exam. It takes a lot of people a long time to study it. And Leo Drager, that's how I met him. He was actually our boot camp instructor. We hired Leo. We flew him out to my organization, and he gave us a class in CISSP. He spent 40 hours with us, and he taught us how to pass the exam. Now, out of our class of 20 people, 5 of us passed. I was one of them. Um, and it's because that test is hard. Those people in that class were smart people. They were knowledgeable and talented people, but that's a hard exam. Now, does that mean those people who didn't pass, those 15 people, I should just fire them because they suck? Well, no. Those guys were really good guys. They just couldn't take that test well. They didn't know how to beat that system. And Leo, did a lot to help us get there. And most of our classes before Leo, we had one person pass each time. With Leo, we had 5 people pass, right? Big increase. But it's a hard test, right? And they have to put in the effort and study for it. Now, do I care that they have CISSP? Not really. But the job in the organization we were at, they had a hiring process and a rule that says if you're going to do this level of job, you must have CISSP. Now, there's really no reason why that job needs to have CISSP, but they made it that way. And so we have these hundreds and hundreds of jobs across our organization where if you're a level 2 or a level 3 manager or a level 3 technician, you have to have CISSP. I think it's kind of silly, but that's the rule. And so when we go to hire contractors for those jobs, we go to hire government civilians for those jobs, or we hire military for those jobs, they have to have that in there. So that certification, guess what, becomes really valuable. And so if you're looking at hiring, if you're a contracting company who has a contract with the Department of Defense, they have this instruction that says these people have to be level 2 or level 3 certified, and they have to have CISSP. Well, if I'm going to hire somebody, I will pay somebody $150,000 a year if they have that CISSP, because I need them to fill that billet for me to get my contract filled and get my money from the government. And so it becomes worth it to them. And so that 5 initials after your name, well, it doesn't tell me really that you're really that knowledgeable. It does mean something in your paycheck, right? And so it does get you into the job. So going back to the hiring story, I was on a board. We were doing a hiring panel, and we pulled all of the resumes, and we told HR we need somebody who is CISSP. And so what does HR do? They give me a stack. They said we had 500 applicants, 86 of them are CISSP. They had the keyword CISSP in it. So I start going through those 86 of them, and I'm reading all 86 resumes. And guess what? Out of 86 of them, 3 were qualified CISSP. The other 83 of them that got past the HR manager were not qualified. They had something in there about, I attended a CISSP boot camp. I intend on getting my CISSP this year. I am studying for my CISSP. I took the CISSP in 2004, and now it's 2012, and I haven't passed it yet, but I'm still working on it, and things like that. But because they had those 5 letters in their resume, it made it past the gatekeeper and it got to me. And now I had to waste my time going through 86 resumes and figuring out who was the best. And I looked at all of them, and some of them who didn't have CISSP were really good. And we said, hey, if you can get your CISSP before this date, we might hire you, right? Because it was a condition for hiring or a condition for employment there. And eventually we ended up narrowing it down, and we interviewed about 10 of those 86 people. All 3 who had CISSP got interviewed, and then 7 others who were really highly talented and educated and had good experience, but didn't quite have that degree yet, or didn't have that certification yet. And had they had that certification, they probably would have walked away with that job right off the bat. Because that organization, that is how they did things. And so it really does depend on your organization. Is knowledge and talent more important than certifications? I think it is, but sometimes you need that certification to get in the door. But the knowledge and talent is what's going to help you keep that job once you're there. Because I can hire somebody who has a cert and they can know nothing, and I can end up firing them in the next 3 months. But if you have knowledge and talent, that's going to go a lot further.